Happy Wednesday! I'm so excited to go live today about growing your confidence to grow your business and make more cash. And the guest speaker I'll be going live with today is actually, she's a different category. I've never worked with someone like this before. So I'm really excited for the conversations we're going to have. We're going to go into mindset, intuition, and really how to grow your business. So once again, growing your confidence to grow your business and make more cash. Here we go. So yeah, I'll just do a quick intro. My name is Alyssa Williamson. I'm a business and mindset coach. I specialize in helping female entrepreneurs who have hit a level of success but are burnt out and maxed out to be able to create more income while working less. And for me, it's all about what's the lifestyle you want to live, and then let's create that in your business. So I work with mindset, business strategy and systems, and high performance habits. And yeah, welcome. Introduce yourself.
Hi. Okay. My name is Alena LeBlanc, and I am a personal stylist for my company, LeBlanc Label. I help entrepreneurs and professionals create an elevated, expressive, and aligned wardrobe to help effortlessly attract more visibility and
I
opportunities.
love it. And I'm so
business.
excited. We had such a good conversation the other week, so I'm excited to do this live with you. Growing your confidence and growing your business, but maybe just a little bit more like background, confidence, why you love, what your passion is too.
Yeah. I mean, I think being able to help people build up their confidence is the most rewarding thing that I can do. My background's actually in fashion design, so I'm able to use those tools to help people empower themselves through making better decisions in their style, and you really see how that transforms their lives.
Yeah, and it does. It makes such a huge difference. And for me, my background is I was a business owner, graphic and web designer and marketer for 14 years. And I saw how I could create marketing for clients, but their mindset sometimes would block them from doing that. And I was like, okay, I need to work deeper with clients and I need to make this a bigger process. And so when I finally decided to become a business coach about 2019, 4 years ago now, I was like, oh yes, I get to do all the mindset stuff, the intuitive work, plus help with strategy and systems. And so it's all of that builds into your confidence too. And you can't really grow your business beyond the level of confidence. So let's chat a little bit about how to create confidence too.
Well, I think for me, I work with both women and men, but I see a lot of reservations around women that they have, like they don't fit up to the society standards of what beauty is, or they see they have to work really hard and it's more of a masculine energy. So it's really about taking a step back to focus on how you want to feel and how you want to show up. And a lot of people have never even considered that. So for me, I think a big step is being able to help people understand and be more intentional. And it's really connecting in with yourself. And when you create a style that's aligned and you really think about it, you do feel
Yeah, and
more
especially
confident.
when it speaks to you and you're not trying to be like, oh, people expect me to look this way, so I'm going to dress this way. And like doing what you're comfortable in, but feeling like a badass, feeling like, oh my gosh, it could be I'm so hot, I'm so like put together, I'm just so stylish. We were talking about this because I had before COVID, I had like a great wardrobe, and I would go like even to just the supermarket fully dressed up because people would treat me differently, like just with respect. Not that they didn't respect me if I showed up in yoga pants and a t-shirt, but they're just like, oh, you're like dressed up. Like they'd have more conversations with me, like at the checkout counter. And it was just people treat you differently the way you're dressed too. But it was because I liked the clothes as well.
Yes. Yeah, and that definitely shows like the energy that you come with, but there's so much psychology around fashion and style too, where when people perceive you and you look put together, then a lot of the times they'll instill more trust in you. And they will associate your work with how you show up. So say you show up and you look very frazzled and just a little bit frumpy, then people associate that's how you're going to show up and work. And that might not be the case at all, but by showing up and looking more put together, then you are attracting people who want to work with you for that too. And that also in turn helps you feel more confident because you're attracting people that you actually
It really
want to be working
is that
with.
first impression. Like it can be whatever, like makeup seems superficial, but there is a reason. Like I put a full face of makeup on every day because I like it. It makes me feel good. I do it for myself. I don't care about what other people think. I do it because it makes me feel good, like dressing up or those clothes. But it's also in your mindset too. If you're outside your comfort zone, people can tell when you're just a little bit scared. And the right people are like, oh yes, they're outside of their
Yes.
comfort zone. They're pushing themselves. Great job. Like, let's cheer them on. Like we're both in BNI. So like BNI, when there's a new BNI member and they're very like timid and scared, you're like, just keep doing it. Like, yes, this is the first time. Yes, it's gonna be scary doing those presentations, but the more you do it, the more you get experience and the more you gain confidence. And it's that mindset thing of like your subconscious is trying to keep you alive, and things that are scary could kill you. So that first time you're speaking, you're like, oh my gosh, I could die from this, even though it's not really true. But then after time, you're like, oh, I've survived the last couple of times and I'm getting more and more reactions. And that also builds the confidence as well.
Yeah, and you're building trust in yourself. Every time you do something and you're successful at it, you build more confidence in yourself and you're like, okay, I'm capable of more than I ever thought I could be. And I think that's the great thing about confidence in business and showing up and style too. It's all related because it's actually trying things that are new for you and trusting yourself and building
And so
that
there's the confidence of
confidence.
that actual experience that you've now survived it and you're like, oh, yes, I can do this. But then there's the confidence of, oh, I can do scary things and push myself out of the comfort zone and I will survive
Yeah.
too. Like I'm an
Yeah.
introvert, but I was a huge introvert as a kid. But when I started my business, I was like, okay, well, I've got to get clients. I've got to go out. I've got to network. And so I did that thing that scared me. I talked in front of people. Whereas as a kid, I would never raise my hand in class. I didn't want people looking at me and having to speak in front of them. And so, yeah, it's do that thing that you know will get you to where you want to go, but that's scaring you.
Yeah. I think that's so true too, because starting a business, it's like a whole other side of trying to step into that confidence too, because you're doing something for most people, which is completely outside of their comfort zone. They have never done it before. And a lot of us didn't have any previous experience doing this. So it's putting yourself out there. And it's so interesting because, yes, like you said, it's like you get more used to being uncomfortable. But I did hear before, and I think it's so accurate, is starting a business is like personal
Yeah.
development on crack.
Yeah, you just have to push through
It's
those
always,
boundaries, the comfort zone boundaries.
yes.
Well, that's a great sort of segue into mindset and intuition too. As you're scaling that business, as you're growing to that next level, what were some of your favorite thoughts on that?
Um, let's see. For me, it was more about like, how do I want to show up and who do I want to attract? And I think focusing in on that and being really intentional really helps me too, because it's hard to be everything to everyone. And so it's like leaning into what makes you feel really good. Who do you really like working with, and really focus on them. And I think for me, that was a big learning experience too, because at first I was working with people that I'm like, okay, yeah, it seems to like
Yeah.
kind of drain you at times, you know? But now I've been working with the most amazing clients. And I think it's really because I'm focusing on that. I'm showing up and I'm putting out that energy, and people are resonating with that and they're being drawn to me. And I think that's been
Yeah, I
the
got
best
some love for that
experience.
too. So if anyone has a question, you're welcome to comment. Um, but I just wanted to sort of go into that is when you're connected to your intuition, and that's a big part of what I work with clients on, because I knew I was intuitive and I knew I ignored my intuition. I was just like, nope, my mind says to do this. I'm going to just do what my ego and my mind say. And when I got connected to my intuition, I was like, oh, like this is my real passion. This is my real purpose. Hey, everything froze and I got cut off, so I am continuing this live part 2 with Alena. Hopefully she can join. Welcome back. Thanks everyone for coming back. If you could see me, okay,
Oh,
perfect. We'll go ahead. We'll just trust that. Who knows what the technology is doing today? So yeah, when you're connected to your intuition, you can feel, you know what your purpose is, and that can help guide you in your business. But also working with clients too, then you can sort of realize, hey, this one doesn't feel as good. Maybe I shouldn't accept them as a client versus, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I can't wait to work with them and get started. Having that power in there.
Yeah, I think that makes a big difference. But, and being connected to your purpose, I didn't really touch on that, but that is huge. And I think for myself and a lot of other entrepreneurs I met, they had a huge life shift during the pandemic, and that really changed to help us focus in on what do we really want to be doing and the impact that we want to have. And I remember just being in a constant state of go, 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 and I hadn't really thought about it, but it actually forced me into a position where I had to think about what did I really want and how could I make a positive impact. So I'm grateful for that time to be able to discover that, because that helps me feel more intuitive, more connected to myself than ever before.
Yeah, sometimes you need those moments to stop and reconsider what's going on in your life. And COVID was great for that. That was one of the, like, there's a lot of terrible things about it, but that was one of the positives. It made people slow down and be like, what do I really want? What do I really want to create out of this? And that's good to do just in your business and life, even if you're growing, even as you're successful, to be like, is this still in alignment with what I want?
Yeah.
I had to discover as I was growing my business, I went the agency route first, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to manage people. I understand that having a business, I can have greater revenue, maybe greater profits, but I'm like, I don't enjoy my work anymore. I need to scale back. And I actually, when I was still in my design business, cut back, went solo again, and found so much more joy in that. But I specialized my services, raised my prices, like had a whole strategy behind it this time. And sometimes as you're growing your business or moving forward, you can be like, you know what, I've gotten what I needed out of this. This doesn't serve me anymore. What do I now want?
Yes. And I think it's great to be able to like reflect on that too, instead of just going and not thinking about it. It's like taking the time to really reflect, to see like what has been working, what do I want, and how can I serve others and still feel aligned and confident in myself.
Yeah. And sometimes it is, yeah, sometimes you're just continuing to move forward, but taking those moments and taking that time. And that's more the feminine energy. Like, so easy to get caught up in that masculine energy of just doing all the time. Oh, I've got so many tasks and projects to do today, so I'm just going to keep doing them. When it's like, how about I take a morning, make sure I have a morning routine, whether I'm sitting alone, drinking my coffee, whether I'm meditating, just having that space. I say before you start your day, but if you're an evening person, like it could be at the end of the day too. Just having that space to connect with yourself before you start with everything.
Yes, I think it's invaluable. It changes the entire day for me.
Yeah.
If I don't get that,
Yeah, I call it spaciousness.
yes, it makes a big difference.
Yeah, having that space in the morning, not rushing. Like, I don't want to sleep until 8 and then like be rushing around to be working by 9. I'd rather go to bed early, get up at 6, have 3 hours to do what I want to do. And I know some people are like, oh, that sounds terrible, but it's just so peaceful. I could do what I want. It could be personal stuff. I can have my morning routine. I could start work early if I want, but I have this option. And that's where, like, when you start your day and you're already behind, you're already frazzled, and you don't have that space and that time and that connection anymore.
Yes. And I feel like that's something we connected when we talked last week too, is like, oh, what are some things that you do? And you were talking about your morning routine, and same here. And I think that's all part of the intuition as well. It's like connecting in and taking that time.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, you work with a lot of business owners. What are some of, like, I don't know, some of your favorite strategies that you have when you're working with them, whether it's mindset, intuition, confidence, physical?
I would 90% of what I do has nothing to do with clothing.
Yeah.
And it is really holding space to let people think and reflect of how they want to show up, because a lot of people, they've just been buying clothes because they can't show up naked. You know, it's not something I've ever been really with. It's just something that they felt like they had to do, or following trends because they didn't know what suited them. And so when I work with people, the first step is really getting deeper into how you want to show up, because I always say I want to help people create an expressive, aligned, and intentional wardrobe. And a lot of that comes back to, like, we're creating visuals of what you're drawn to. We're talking about maybe colors. We're talking about what your goals are and digging deeper. We're not just finding you pretty things to throw on and you're done. It's really
Yeah.
digging deeper about, how do you want to show up? How do you want to feel? Who do you want to attract? And a lot of people, it feels very overwhelming. Maybe they're not as confident with their body shape. They might have lost or gained weight over time and their life has really changed. And for us, what we do is like sit down and we talk about all of those things. And I take measurements, we talk about body shape and really their goals, and help them create a wardrobe that is suited for that. And it's so amazing to see, because when I work with people in my longer term styling packages, you get to see the real transformation that they experience from working with somebody in such a personal one-on-one setting.
Yeah. And it's again, it's coming back to knowing themselves,
Yes.
really. Knowing what their style is, knowing what they enjoy, and being comfortable. It's when you're authentic and you really show up as yourself that your confidence and authenticity shine through too.
Yes. And it's so funny because I do work on style words with them to help them kind of create an anchor going forward. But everybody's like, I want to be comfortable. I'm like, everybody wants to be comfortable. No one feels confident if you're wearing something that you're super uncomfortable in. So it's like, yes, you can be comfortable and you can look very elevated and put together and show up with confidence. So it's helping figure out what that means to you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's having that really that time to explore with yourself. And it's so great that you help them dive in. And then like, that's what I'm working with them too, to figure
Yeah.
out what their ideal lifestyle is at their business that they want in their business. What, like, you've been a business owner for a while. Are you just doing what you're doing because you think that's what people expect? That's because it's just everything's fallen into place. Some people start businesses and get clients and they're like, oh, okay, this is my business now. And then it's not really their ideal client, but because it was so easy, they just keep doing it. And
Mm-hmm.
again, like, what do you really want in your business? What do you really want in your life?
I
Are you
love that you focus on that. That's something that stood out so much to me when we talked, is that you really try to figure out what that means for each person, because some people could say like, oh, it's making $1 million, but would that really create happiness and joy for you? Why do you want to experience these things? And I thought that was so amazing that you hit on that with clients, to see what their experience is and like how to get them to their goals and not just like a number on a piece of paper.
Yeah, because it is. I've been there. I've chased the money, and I had no life. I got the money, but I was like, I have no life. This doesn't feel successful. So, what does success really feel like? And for me, I'd rather have the flexibility to travel, take time off. But really, like, there's certain things in my life. If I have that, the and the money pays for it, like, I don't need double, triple the money. Sometimes, yes, it's great to increase income, increase revenue, but just don't lose your lifestyle in the way. And I just see a comment here too. Someone's going through this discovery process right now, has a successful business, but also highly values spending time with kids and husbands. Yeah, and it's like, does your business model currently support time with your family and kids? Or is this time where you're like, okay, I've hit success. What do I need to tweak and adjust now so that I bring more of my personal life back into the time that I have as well?
Yeah, because there's no point of just working if you don't get to enjoy it. And I know that it's so important to have some sort of balance in your life too. For me, that's always been a huge priority. I'm like, I want to focus on my business, but also there's so many other things that are just as, if not more important than that.
Yeah, and there's a point where you're gonna have to push, like,
Mhm.
and build your business, and there's seasons in life, and there's a time where your business is going to take up more of your time, but then there's a time where you're like, okay, I need my life back. I need my business to be successful and working with the clients I love. but I also need maybe family time, or I need this time, or I need these, or I just need, like, it could be you're like, hey, I'm going to take Fridays off, or I'm going to have shorter work days. Like, finding the way for that to work in your schedule. You can't just change it and expect the business to suit it. You have to be very intentional in that process, and it requires a mindset shift too.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Well, this has gone by so quickly. I try and keep the videos a little bit shorter so that people can watch them, learn some tips, and then jump back into life. So, any closing thoughts you'd like to share, and then how people can reach you?
Let's see. I don't know. I feel like it was like a lot, and I wish we could keep going,
Yeah.
but it's like building the confidence in yourself and knowing that you're capable of so much without forcing things. And I think it's really taking time to be intentional. How do you want to show up? How do you want your business to suit your life and your needs and your families too? And really focus on giving yourself a little extra time by yourself, maybe in the mornings, or taking that time to yourself to just really connect to your intuition so you can show up and in the energy that you want to emit to.
Yeah. Having that intention.
Yes.
Really, you have to make space for intention. Otherwise, you'll just get caught up in everyone else's requirements and emergencies.
Yes, I totally agree. And I guess to reach me, I forgot about that part, but
yeah.
I am very active on Instagram, on TikTok. My name is LeBlanc_label. And right now, or you can just reach me there, or leblanclabel.com is my website.
Awesome. And do you have anything special currently going on?
Yes, I do currently have an amazing promo that's going on through the end of this month, and it is 20% off my long-term styling packages. So that's my 3-service package or my 6 and 12-month package, and that's good until November 30th. So you just need to book your style discovery call by that time, and then you'll get those great savings. And it's a great opportunity to help you really lean into how you want to feel and show up every day. And that really helps you with not only your business, but your personal life too, and saves you a lot of time and energy, and you'll look and feel your best.
Woohoo! Yeah, that sounds amazing. And I just wanted to, wrap up. Final thought would be that when you step into confidence and when you're intentional in your day and in your business, you're intentional in the clients you attract, the services you provide, and that's how you increase your income in your business too. It's about creating more space for yourself, but also then increasing that income and that revenue in your business in ways that are sustainable, but in ways that you enjoy. I like to say to have more luxuries in life, but you get to choose those luxuries. They don't always have to be monetary value. It could be reading a book in the middle of the day. That's a luxury too. Could be having the name brands that you want, but just having more of that fun that you enjoy in your life. And you can reach me. I'm Alyssa Williamson _coach. Always active on Instagram. I love DMs. If you've got a question after this, you can reach out. And then I actually am going to be doing a Black Friday special, launching that next week. And I have a Facebook group where I do exclusive trainings that are free. So if you want access to that group, just message me, and I'll also drop the link below.
Awesome. Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you
so much. Maybe we'll do another one in the new year or something.
Yes, I would love that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks.
See you guys.
Bye.